Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm your host, Rowlene Marks, with today's top stories. Israel is mourning the passing of our First Lady and wife of President Corbyn Rivlin, Nechama Rivlin, who passed away at the age of 73 earlier today, just a day before her 74th birthday. Nechama Rivlin had battled very valiantly pulmonary fibrosis and had recently received a lung transplant. Now, the First Lady was much beloved by the people of Israel for her grace, for her compassion, which is exactly the embodiment of her name, and for her modest and gentle spirit. A scientist who was an avid supporter of the arts and also the environment, was also an advocate for women's rights and women's organizations, and her passing is deeply mourned by organizations like WITO and other women's organizations across the country. Our thoughts, our prayers and our deepest condolences are with President Rivlin, their three children, Rivka, Anat and Ran, and their grandchildren. And our prayer is that they receive the compassion that so embodied the spirit and the name of Nechama Rivlin. May her memory be blessed. Yesterday, former UK Prime Minister and head of the UK Labour Party, Tony Blair, participated in a panel at Bar-Ilan University in Tel Aviv and was interviewed on, amongst many issues, Brexit, the UK Labour Party. Jeremy Corbyn gave his opinions, and when asked about whether or not Jeremy Corbyn is an anti-Semite, he said that yes, he is, but perhaps didn't know it. In fact, Jeremy Corbyn doesn't think he is an anti-Semite. Now, Corbyn, who is the current head of the UK Labour Party and opposition, has faced a lot of criticism over the last year or so for incidents of anti-Semitism within the Labour Party, which he has failed to investigate. And at the moment, the Equality and Human Rights Commission in the UK are investigating the UK Labour Party for many incidents and reports of anti-Semitism, and to date there are at least 100 testimonies explaining these particular incidents. Now, more locally, and of course we are all on election watch, and there are still portfolios from the previous election on the 9th of April that need to be fulfilled until the 17th of September, when there are more elections. But the Likud party have said that no way will Chaver Knesset Bezalel Smotrich get the Justice Ministry. Smotrich is facing a lot of criticism and controversy for saying that Israel needs to return to religious law and religious justice, and Netanyahu himself saying that there's absolutely no way he is going to get that particular ministry. Israel is not going to become a theocracy. There are also worries from within the Likud and Netanyahu camp that perhaps Lieberman, who is the leader of the Israel Beiteinu party, who is at the center of forcing the second set of elections, would possibly use Netanyahu's relations with the more religious right against him. So we will watch the space, but to date, Smotrich will not be becoming Justice Minister, and this is just days after Netanyahu fired the previous Justice Minister, Ayelet Shaked. Now, if you want to know what's happening in Israel, all you have to do is read our content on layoftheland.online. And tonight you can read all about Mothers with Meaning, a wonderful not-for-profit organization aimed at bringing secular moms from around the world and their daughters to Israel to form great bonds with each other and also the beautiful land and state of Israel. Also, don't forget, our Facebook community is growing and you should be a part of it. You can like or follow us on Facebook at Lottle's site and click on the subscribe button below to receive your daily edition of the Israel Brief. I'm Rolene Marks for the Israel Brief, and we will chat again tomorrow.